religion and forbidden things. In life nothing is forbidden, everything is allowed, but along with the allowed things there are consequences. In fact, physical laws define that every action has a reaction. This is called Newton's third law. Thus, the laws of nature permit all things as long as a reaction followed by the laws of nature takes place in return. In this way, biblical norms are also organized. When human beings act, facts are defined in contrast to them. Thus, if an individual does not want the consequence, he should not act in the sense of suffering the consequence. But people want to ignore the laws and say they don't happen. Indeed, in human systems, consequences can be passed on to other individuals. What could be defined as injustices? For example, if one generation destroys nature, and takes advantage of all that destruction, it happens that the next generation will suffer the entire reaction of the destruction of nature, by the individuals of the past generation. So, because of the devastation, today's society suffers from forest fires, lack of water, rising temperatures, melting glaciers and many different consequences. Thus, when biblical norms define prohibitions, they are not prohibitions, they are determinations to reduce the negative conditions of actions. In this way, obeying the biblical norms are fundamental for the improvement of living conditions. In fact, the biblical quest is for the evolution and improvement of living conditions. It must be understood that living conditions are linked to physical factors as a fundamental point. In this way, any ideology must be nullified, if it is against the physical improvement of living conditions. And it is in this sense that people go against biblical norms. People want their ideologies to be guaranteed, or accepted, even though they are contrary to physical improvements in living conditions. For example, an individual may set an ideology for luxury spending, and that luxury is highly destructive to nature. And this went on for many years. Currently, these luxuries end up being really impossible, but the physical-social cost of this ideology causes suffering to the current generation. The biblical system tries to nullify the ideologies that can generate momentary taste, with physical suffering for the next generations. But the individual who wants his ideology of personal pleasure does not want biblical norms to undermine his personal ideology. So it is not that the ideological foundation of the Bible prohibits, but rather it seeks mechanisms for society to evolve, in a way linked to the laws of nature, and to adapt man to accept an ideology that follows human evolution, directly linked to physical improvement of the conditions of life.
If you are looking for more content from different areas, visit the reformadorstacog.com website. News and detailed content can be found with system of research and organization of text and video.